Papa Sammy here, and today I thought I'd just play a little Legacy. Um, I kind of just wanted to talk about Q Clash, but play a different game. And like I said, I will be playing Lumen Legacy. I'm sure I've said that in the past. I did post a video on it. So if that wasn't it, I don't know what else was. Sorry, do have a bit of a cold. But anyway, today we're just going to talk about Lumen Legacy or Q Clash and just where it's at right now. And I know you guys have a lot of questions about Q Class. You have a lot of questions about what I think of the update. And I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. There's been a lot that's happened. For one, I'm now a lifeguard. Amazing, yeah. So that means yes, Tori, yes, Calf. I will not be giving you guys big whoppers anymore. I know, a sad thing, really sad. But sorry, it is what it is. I also don't work at Burger King anymore, so no, don't ask me for those either. But yeah, lifeguard now. Don't know how that happened. I'll probably get an answer soon, but it just happened. Another thing that happened was a lot and lots of just bad weather. And I could not do anything because like internet connection was crap for one. A bunch of other stuff. Getting into it, we're just going to talk about Q Clash today. So a lot of you guys have asked, what do I think of the new update? What do I think? What do I think is like best from the new update? What do I think is coming? Especially since I'm a tester and I would know these things. I think the new update is great. It's going to be really balanced. Most glitches known right now will not work in the new update. And I say most because, like, literally, like, so we know, like, there's, like, well over 60 glitches in the game, in my opinion. Not in my opinion, just, like, saying I know there's well over 60, so, yeah, but, like, there's well over 60 glitches in the game. People probably know half or more of them, or all of them, depends how long you've been playing. So, yeah, and with the new engine update, so many of those glitches will be unviable. And when Golly finishes fixing the engine update, like as in debugging it, like there will still be more glitches that will be unviable now. Like you probably won't be able to do those little Reaper teleport glitches anymore. Um, Other stuff like that. I know one thing's for sure: B hopping is definitely patched because he doesn't even leap anymore. So that's one less worry people who hate B hopping have to worry about. Um, but yeah, you know how it is. Um, you win some, you lose some, and it's okay to lose B hopping because honestly, it's boring at this point for me and Dice. So yeah. Next up, I know a lot of people have been asking, hey, how do you feel about the new update? Like, do you think it's clean? Do you think it's broken? Um, you know, Other questions. Some odd what like. I know one person asked me, do I think it's balanced? And I think it's perfectly balanced. The new update is going to be amazingly balanced. Every clasher will have their own new ability, and I'll even explain them right now. So like every clasher has their ult reworked. So for example, every clasher has the ability to work. And I'm gonna go over everything right now. Like for example, let's start off with Sheila. Sheila's new ult can be aimed a little better now. Um, her aim is now better. Her aim is fixed. Golly still has plans for Sheila. She's definitely still in rework. She's not finished. Trust me on that. And then I know that clashers like Ghost to be reworked. He now does self damage based on if he's in his ult or not. So you can't really just do that dumb thing where you just ult the ground and expect everyone to come after you. You'll die in the process. You will die too. Like you will instantly die because it's so much damage. So you have to cast your ult from a distance, and that's tough for new Ghost mains because now they're gonna have to. A lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, why is that a thing? That's so dumb. It's so broken. Why did Gully design that? He should put it back to the way it was, and back to the way it was would be so dumb." But as you can see, that's been fixed. You can't do broken stuff like that anymore. Same with Sheila. Her new ult will also do damage to her. In fact, I'm pretty sure her ult will one shot her, guaranteed. Unless you're on the outside of the ult, like unless you're on the edges of it, it will one shot you. You'll just get clapped instantly. Um, yeah, and then Golly, as I said before, he really wanted the mechanic for stair hopping, which was when Sheila has a mechanic where if she runs up to a staircase and rolls until the very end, it makes her like go in the air a little bit. And he wanted to make the mechanic, and I think that was a really wise choice, and it would be a really wise choice. And I'm pretty sure he's designing that into the game right now. Like he wants way more mechanics because Q Clash had very few, and that's something you don't want in the game. That's supposed to be like TF2 and in general, like Overwatch, which is kind of the biggest inspiration it's got so far. But yeah, another thing Golly added was Cyborg's update. Cyborg now shoots people and he gets armor based on how much damage he does to people, instead of him just like having to rely on teammates. Because let's be honest, most of the time as Cyborg, no one is hanging around their teammates. They're literally being a lone wolf, or they just die instantly because everyone prioritizes them over their teammates, which is still bad. So you're never gonna win with that. And it's too difficult of a mechanic for new players to focus on. So there's that too. Moving on, I know that his ult has also been reworked back to its original beta, and that's a good thing for him too, because now he can like walk around with his ult as needed. And but by that I mean like he can walk. He can basically like turn now. He can walk with his ult extremely slowly, and you can now turn it. And his ult is smaller now. It's like a smaller beam. The beam is about as big as Sir Knight's Electro Ball, and it does the same damage, just smaller. And this is what it was back in like the way older times of Q Clash anyway. So yeah. Next up is Decker. So Decker, you know, he's changed too. Basically for him, it's nothing special. Now his ult works the same. It's been debugged, so it actually works effectively now. Believe it or not, apparently it hasn't worked as well as it used to. So Golly changed that. Thank you again, Golly. He also made it to where the headshot mechanic is more accurate. Like you won't get a weird neck shot. Like you won't hit their clothes and it won't count as a headshot now. There used to be a glitch where if you hit someone like in the collar of their shirt or the collar of their clothing, like it just wouldn't count as a headshot. It was counted as a body shot, which just goes to show how accurate Q Clash's hitboxes are. But then moving on, that's it for Decker right now, except for the fact that he can now cloak teammates whenever he pushes shift. This also means he can cloak turrets, since turrets now count as entities, temporary entities for that matter, which is really cool. Another thing is next up for Rascal. I'm gonna go over Rascal because he's gotten the most change so far. First of all, Rascal's lost his shotgun. I know, it's sad, it's gone, it's not coming back either, but it has been switched out for something, in my opinion, better. So now what Rascal does instead of a shotgun is he puts up mini shields. These mini shields are about as big as Sir Knight's character. So basically, you know, the shield has a defined amount of health, maybe like 200, 300, so on. It's just big enough to cover up a turret, so that's good for Rascal because it means he doesn't have to worry about something instantly killing his turret when he's setting it up. Plus, he now has Rascals and now has other Rascals and Deckers to help with setting up his turret, because he can set up a turret invisibly. I don't know why I said that. That's not correct grammar. But he can now set up an invisible turret so the enemy team can't even see what they're trying to hit. And then by the time they see it, it's already set up and it's already doing damage. I'm pretty sure it now does fall off damage too, so you don't have to worry about it doing the same damage from a distance. I don't know if Golly's implemented the fact that it builds up damage the longer it shoots at you, but I'm sure he's thinking about that since he didn't mention it, along with many other things. So yeah, he also now has his new ult, which is kind of like a Wrangler in a way. He calls his turret from wherever it is. It doesn't matter where it is. He'll call it, it'll come to him. He'll stay in the exact same spot he casted it in. If you launched it in the air, the cool thing is if you launched it in the air, like say you got a launch pad boost or something else like that, it will fall from the air and you'll kind of get like, you'll still be able to fire in that time. It's not a long time because you fall really fast in Q Clash, but like it's pretty cool because it can surprise the enemy team to just see an ult drop out of the sky, which I think is cool. And then another thing that's happened in the game recently is that Rascal's scrap cannon has been fixed. It doesn't come out the middle, it's just its hitbox has been tweaked and fixed with, so it's more decent now, and it does a better amount of fall off damage. So there's that too. One more exciting thing about Rascal now is that his shields are like super good now. Like super good. Like almost as good as the Night Shield, except they're not nearly as big. Like they can protect turrets now, and like turrets, you can now place 2 launch pads too. You can place shields and 2 launch pads in front of your turret or something like that. You can do all sorts of cool crap with Rascal now. There's so much more that's open up on the table for Rascal to look at. Moving on to Reaper. Reaper hasn't been changed much. Her ult, I'm pretty sure her ult is completely changed but everything else is kind of the same for her. She still teleports, except now it's her teleport is like a projectile. She doesn't have poison spit anymore. Like she now has when you press E, the next shot you do will be a charge shot, and that's it. If you press E, the next shot you'll do will be a charge shot, which I'm pretty sure is close to what the old ult was, or the old E was. Her new ult makes it to where her headshot damage is multiplied by 50%. So normally she'd be like a 125 damage headshot on the first scope, but now she'll get like a 225, something like that, within her ult duration. And her ult isn't that long, so it's not like it's super overpowered either. I just really like it because it. I'm sure I like it, but like a lot of people are gonna hate it because like within that time period, she can literally clap your cheeks in if she's good at aiming. Which, let's be honest, most Reapers who are competent are good at aiming. But another good thing about it is that it only does the 50% extra damage if you hit a headshot. So if you're not good, you don't get that. You might as well not use the ult. But it'll definitely encourage some people to hit headshots and not miss. So that's the other thing. But that's it for Reaper. Moving on to the next and favorite, Sir Knight. Sir Knight has changed completely. Golly has made him more of a crowd control character. He's made him, in my opinion, much more viable and competitive to where you can't just be an idiot with Sir Knight and then put your shield up every once in a while and block some damage and be called a pro knight. So he's more balanced now. But at the same time, he's more powerful than he used to be. One of the things he can do now is that he can summon a horse that we're going to call Ricardo. And golly, if you're watching this, please name the horse Ricardo. Like, come on, I can hear the voice actor already saying Ricardo. Like, I think we all can, truly. Back to the point. Yeah, that's basically it. He summons a horse, and if the horse hits, the first person the horse hits, it pins. So like the person is stuck in front of the horse while you're charging with the horse. And after that's done, like they'll be where the horse stopped after you stopped with the horse. The horse stays around for about 6 seconds, I think, and it is hard to turn, but it turns with the the S and D keys, so you can't just like. It's not like the Market Gardener where you can just like have a crazy turn speed. I will say you can jump with the horse, which poses a little bit of a question for me because I may figure out how to be hop again. I'm joking, but yeah, a lot more possibilities. There's definitely that. And then you got to remember the fact that, like, now Sir Knight's new ability will launch you airborne. Like, that's crazy. His new ability will launch you airborne. That opens up for the easiest combo in the history of the world, which people have now figured out, sadly enough, that if you launch somebody airborne, if you launch them airborne, basically, they can be hit by the horse more easily. And the good thing about that is that opens the biggest combo in the world. Like, you could take someone out of the fight and like into a secluded area, and the horse moves pretty fast, so it's not like he's slow or anything. But you could take someone into a secluded area and then beat them up there with a teammate. Maybe have a medic on you, and it would be pretty successful, I'd say, in my opinion. You probably wouldn't lose that fight after you've already comboed them. So there's that. And then one last thing I would have to say is the fact that Sir Knight's new ult is freaking OP. Like, honestly. His new ult goes with him. Golly mentioned that he wanted his ult to travel with him, and now it does. He creates a little force field, not a force field, like a pulse. It's kind of like a heartbeat pulse of immortality. And anyone in that pulse will be immortal, essentially. And while he's walking with his ult, he cannot attack people, which is obviously a good thing, because, like, come on, how annoying would that be? I know some people have already, figured out cool glitches that Golly's going to patch soon. Like, I know someone said they figured out how to ride the horse while having the ult out, which makes you faster and, like, more dangerous. Because now you can pin someone while riding a horse and being immortal, which is honestly overpowered already. But yeah, so now Sir Knight is way more of a support and a crowd control, and he's not just a bigger, badder tank. Because I'm going to be honest, Sir Knight beats Cyborg like almost 9 times out of 10 if you play him right. Like, you have a shield. It's a lot more than Cyborg has. He has to be low for his shield to even do something. I'll be honest, it's annoying, but like it's not that annoying to where like you can't beat him. You could just wait him out at that point, which is what a lot of people do anyway. So yeah, there's that. And that's it for Sir Knight. except the fact that maybe, I don't know, maybe something in the future, maybe he'll have skins for his horse. Like maybe the skins will correspond with the horse skin. So like maybe if he has one of the legendary skins, his horse will change color. Maybe it'll be a white horse in some occasions. But other than that, we only have the hint that the horse name may be Ricardo due to someone's lore on it. I'm pretty sure I made lore on it. I'm pretty sure someone else made lore on it, but the name Ricardo stuck. So hopefully he'll keep it that way. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. You know, just sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. Things happen. Moving on to our next clasher will be Zadina. Amazing, Zadina. Yes. What's her updates, Papa Sam? What are her buffs? Okay, so here's how it is. She has the same ultimate as last time, guys. So exciting, right? Next up, she also has a burst heal. So after healing someone for about, I'm pretty sure 10 seconds, you can choose to burst heal them, which will give them a burst heal of 50 health. This can stack up to like actual, overheal, or this can just heal someone like and save them. This is kind of like a medium health kit, I guess. Maybe a small health kit that you can spam if the opponent is about to die. Like if you want to protect them from like a body shot, a head shot, something else. I don't know. It's going to be really useful though. I already like the idea of it. I've seen it in testing. It works really well with saving lives from like certain headshots or things that would be fatal. It does not cure poison instantly though. Sadly enough, it does not do that. I wish it would have done that, but it doesn't do that. So out of luck. But you know, you win some, you lose some. It's just how the cookie crumbles. I don't know why I keep on saying that. I didn't have any cookies recently, so yeah. And basically now she can glide, which is something a lot of people have been looking forward to because that opens up so many, like, I want to say, we're going to come worry. The community's going to come up with some cool word for gliding. I know we will. I was going to say tripping, I don't know why, but like, it's just gliding. I've already seen people come up with cool glides. It's amazing. Really amazing what you can do with glide. Like there's a cool jump you can do on Blight Peak where you can jump off the log, like the giant log cave. You can jump off of it, and then if you glide correctly, you can fly up through under the log and come back out of the other side. It's really cool. It sounds like I'm explaining like a weirdo, but like I'll do a video of cool stuff you can do with it. But it's pretty cool. I'll say that much. And then I guess after this video, I just felt like posting something with a little bit of different content other than Q-Clash. I'll just post a video of all the cool things you can, like every Clasher's ability. And then after that, like just for fun of it, maybe I'll post a video about secrets of Q-Clash or things you didn't know. So, yeah. But without further ado, I think that's pretty much every Clasher. And like I'm just making sure I did every Clasher. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure that's every single Clasher in the game. Ghost, Sheila, Rascal, Decker, Cyborg, bunch of others. Knight, Reaper, and then Zadina. So yeah, but I really hope that kind of lightened up for you. I didn't feel like making another video of it because like most people can just go on the test server and do it, and like I'm gonna like I said, I'm already gonna make a video of me like showing every Clasher's ability. An example video essentially. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you didn't know, this is Lumen Legacy Halloween update. I'm sure if Q-Clash gets released soon enough, it will have a Halloween update too. Maybe on the day of Halloween. You never know. Golly's surprised us on Christmas. Golly's surprised us in general with updates. Like, you never know. So I would stick around if I were you. But until then, guys, I really hope you enjoyed. Keep clashing. I gotta get out this maze.